Hello everyone. Today is Sunday, March 6, 2022 at 9:34 a.m. Um what happened? I think I went to bed at 10:30 last night and was able to fall asleep before midnight for once. Had an odd kind of scary nightmare or whatever. It wasn't that horrible of a nightmare, but I think I had a bad dream. And then I woke up. I don't remember if it was between 11:30 and 12:30, but I thought I remember waking up at 12:26 and used the bathroom and then went back to sleep. I guess I slept all those hours, but I think I remember having a point in the middle of the night where I was twisting and turning, but I got some sleep. But I woke up before 7:30 and still feeling the sleep deprived feeling. Still feeling tired. but so I bought 2 avocados last week. I'm wondering if they're still good. If so, then I guess I'll try to eat one. I guess I'll have grits, eggs, and avocado for for breakfast. And I don't know what I'll have for dinner. But I don't even know if I'll eat lunch. But I mean, I guess I have some grits. I don't know, either grits or farina, and an avocado and some eggs and milk, maybe milk. I don't know, but um. So I'm still feeling the sleep deprived feeling at the moment, and I feel like I need more sleep, but I think it would be better if I wait a little later and then just took a nap in a way that because if I were to try to go to sleep now, my body would or my mind would be back on a trap of you know going to sleep at 1 something in the morning and then waking up at 10 or 11, and I don't like that schedule. But I guess it would be better if I woke up around 7 and then took a nap about after 2 o'clock and slept for like 2 hours or less and then recharge and then you know go to bed later tonight. But I mean, a lot of the times due to the sleep deprivation, since lately I can't even, for the past few years, I've been having difficulty taking naps. Like as if I most of the time can't even take naps anymore. But when I was living in Los Angeles, I used to be able to take a nap so easily around 1 o'clock in the afternoon after lunch. And then, or maybe if I might take a nap at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon and then wake up at 5 and still able to sleep like normal before they started deliberately vibrating me and sleep depriving me and stuff like that before I was aware of what was going on. So, depending on how I'm feeling, I may or may not go take a walk today, but um, I wasn't as beat down as I was. But I'm kind of scared because, I mean, if I do go for a walk, it would have to be a different route. to go walk a different route today, because I mean I did not feel, even though it was during the day, I did not feel safe. I really didn't feel safe, um, by this being, in the hood, in a bad area and stuff. But, so, I mean, it's been over a week, and I think that the my tax returns, you know, they still haven't been approved yet. But other people, I'm hearing how they got theirs. So I've been kind of like frustrated and impatient, but I've been trying to learn. Trying to practice patience, but I've been like getting frustrated, and you know, I heard a lot of people are getting frustrated, but I've been trying to practice patience. But you know, it's like I'm debating on whether or not to use it towards. I'm afraid. I really would like to get the tooth fixed if possible, but I would hate to. I don't know how much it would cost, but I would hate to. I would hate for my almost entire refund check to go towards getting a tooth fixed. So I saw a small amount of pus in the abscess area yesterday, in which I haven't seen in a long time. So I also don't know. I'm afraid of getting judged or condemned if I use part of my refund money to get another phone, because my screen is cracked, and me being a writer and also reading stuff, um, it's hard for me to even see what I'm writing, and so you will see a lot of typos and stuff like that. It's not usual for me to walk around with a cracked phone. As clumsy as I am, it must be the kind of phone this is, because it's like usually all I could afford to pay would be like less than $50 plus for the base phone price, and then plus I usually get a phone that's like $39.99 or $49.99 or maybe even $59.99, but I usually don't go higher than that. But I've been having this phone since this past May, and I paid a little more than usual for it, and I was surprised that if it was more expensive than the other phones, but the other phones don't crack. The screen didn't crack so easily, and I was at the doggone fake dirty YMCA when it happened, when the screen cracked, and I had the phone for not even a month. No, I'm sorry, 2 months. Not even 2 months. It was over a month, but not yet 2 months. And I was shocked or surprised. And I'm always clumsy and dropping stuff, but I don't need anybody's permission, you know. And then this phone has been like, I mean, for a while it's been trying to break down on me. So I have been trying to. I'm debating on whether or not to. I'm not saying I will, but I'm debating on whether or not to get another phone. But even with the tax refund, I'm too poor, and I don't need an iPhone or something more fancy or expensive. Can't really afford that, and I just need just a simple phone to get by, you know. But yeah, the narcissistic perps would take it upon themselves to make it like as if I have to have their permission to have a phone, and of course the answer will be no. The narc's answer is always no, but when you tell them no, they be like, how dare you? So, um, I have no room for anything fancy or luxury with the refund check, but I'm glad this is a decent motel. It's not run down. It's not run down here, you know. But a long time ago, I had been trying to look into this place, but they have on Google has their address on the way on the other side of town. So if Google has their address on the other side of town, they you know that's why I mean, and then whenever I would call, nobody answered. So that's why it took a while for me to get an opportunity to stay here, but so this place is not really run down or anything. It's decent, and but the fact that I'm off the streets for an indefinite amount of time, almost 6 months, but the perps would consider that too luxury. This place is not fancy at all, but I don't even care as long as it's decent. As long as it's decent, you know, and but it's not all that horrible, but I still gotta watch myself, of safety and in dangerous neighborhood and stuff like that. And so that's why I hardly ever go out. And then that's why I hardly ever go out. And so it's like they intensified and increased the frequency, meaning the amount of times that, like, every 5 minutes they have the loud music bass. So I might have to resort to just keeping my earbuds in all day. I can't even let my ears breathe or anything. And then it was around 12:37 last night. Somebody pulled up here with loud bass music. So they don't care what time of the day or the night it is that they have the loud bass abuse. And then the so-called mental patient perp next door, she kept on beating and banging and yelling and hollering and screaming last night. And then the moment that I grabbed the phone, she stopped that instant. So, but anyway, I couldn't even I mean, I know I would get judged if I were to use my refund check to go take a visit to my hometown, New Orleans. But I'm not going to do that, and it's not in my plans to do that. But it's something I kind of wish I could do. And now they have a rundown raggedy motel in Gretna. Um, they have a rundown raggedy motel, but it's two. I don't know if they raised the prices, but last I knew it would be like $250 or $275 a week. And there's also, I mean, I don't know if they will have any room at some of the hostels. One of them that's like $100 a week, but it's uncomfortable and you gotta live with people. But the rundown motel, yeah, that is really run down. But I've had to stay there, and I felt icky and uncomfortable, and everything felt gritty. But I was just glad to get some privacy and a place to myself. But I didn't feel comfortable with touching anything. It'd be so gross and filthy or whatever. But over here, it's a little more expensive than over there. But it's I mean, at least, I mean, well, I've kind of cleaned things off when I got here in a way that I can feel a little comfortable. But usually when I get off the streets and even temporarily in a motel room for a week, I be just so sleep deprived, especially the first day. So I'm like a zombie and I can't even do anything. So one of the first things I did this morning was looking for and filling out job applications online on a Sunday morning. But most jobs want you to have a reliable vehicle and your own proof of insurance. Your own vehicle plus proof of insurance. Even to work at like a department store or something, like even to work at a store. They want you, I guess they feel like they want you with your own car plus insurance so that you can be sure to show up on time. But they don't consider Uber or a bike acceptable. They want you to have a car and proof of insurance. And I get called crazy for wishing I had a car. Certain food banks, well, a lot of food banks here, ever since the what started at the beginning of 2020, you have to have a car in order to get food from the food banks, and when you do, it's very plenty. So other than that, you know, it's hard to get much of any food because of, you know, like getting food from the food bank because I don't have a car. And I wouldn't sit in an Uber waiting for 3 hours, waiting in line for a food bank. You know, you might as well go and buy groceries for cheaper price. So that's out of the question. But anyway, I talked a little bit about hair yesterday, and at the back of my hair, I know it's knotted, and I don't even know if I can still comb it out with conditioner and if it will be okay. But I realized this part right here was damaged by I think it was that doggone OxyClean. It was when I was in the previous motel, and it's all like ruined and messed up and dry right up in this area. But I saw, every now and then I'll see some hair videos, and people will do a great job on a person's hair. But I remember the rare times when I was younger and I would try to get my hair done. If I would try to get my hair done or try to get it cut, they would have the narcissistic barber or the narcissistic hairdresser at a hair salon or whatever who would I pay them, and then they get an attitude with me and do my hair the way they want it done, and then say that the way I want it done, if I'm paying you to do my hair a certain way, and then you'll say that no, it wouldn't look right, or no, it will look crazy, or and stuff like that, and then they do my hair the way they want to do it rather than the way I want to, and I'm the one paying you, and then they overcharge and cheat me, and they'll end up doing my hair polar, like something totally different from what I requested, and then they overcharge me and cheat me and scam me and stuff like that. You know, narcissistic abusers who want to try to dictate and control how I have my hair, but I'm the paying customer, and I'm the only one who gets singled out and treated like that. Like back then, if I wanted braids a certain way, you know, they would say that, they would do it if I said, well, I want it, can you braid my hair while it's wet with gel in it? And they said, well, no, it don't look right. Or they said, well, I can't braid hair like that. But then other people's hair, you can do it like that. And then they try to say, well, oh, your hair too thick, I can't do it like that. Well, if you wet it, it would be thinner. I mean, not thinner, but, it would appear to thin no. It would appear to thin out temporarily and stretch, while it's wet. But they just got whatever excuse to do, so that they can try to exercise control and be manipulative. Or they'll say, oh, if you want your hair like this, then, you'll look like a fool. So then they want to do it their way. So when I try to get a t-shirt printed at the ball, and the guy was an asshole, and then try to tell me that the design that I wanted wouldn't look right. And so he was rude and abusive the whole time. And it's like, well, I guess he wouldn't care about losing one customer, but why am I the only one who's, if I'm the one who's paying for it, I'm the one got to wear the shirt, and you're telling me, oh, well, it wouldn't look right like that. So I guess if you're a targeted individual and you got a narcissistic purpose and you try to go get services done, then they'll try to dictate and control how you should have your service done, and then they'll try to dictate how you should have your service done, and then overcharge and cheat you, and then tell you that your version doesn't look right. But I thought it was called custom for a reason. So you don't get to control or choose anything if you're a target. So, this morning, I am not going to lie. I am craving like some either beignets or some French toast bites or some, I had my biscuits and gravy, craving quenched yesterday. Or I'm craving for some like pancakes or something, but I'm not going to eat that this morning. I'll just eat what I got in here. I got some, an extra week worth of money put aside, for another week to stay here in case I mean, I'm hoping that by this week I can get the refund. Even if it's approved, I mean, I'll be happy with that. I mean, just let me know something. You know, I mean, but I don't know. But I don't know. I've heard horror stories about how if a targeted individual goes to the dentist, if direct energy weapons ruin their teeth and they go to the dentist and try to get their teeth fixed, then I heard that the dentist would ruin their teeth even more. The same way that if you're a target and you try to go get your car fixed, they'll ruin the car even more. And then other narcissistic abusers will say you deserve it, or that you're a fool, or you keep going to them. Well, sometimes when you're being cheated or taken advantage of, you don't catch on right away because they're slick and subtle with it. But narcs always think that they're the wisest with the most common sense. If you, I mean, and then you be too depressed to go get your hair done or brush your teeth or whatever because you've been depressed from narcissistic abuse. And people end up with tooth problems or abscesses or sore mouth, or they end up with knotted hair because of being depressed. You know, so I don't want them to cut me off. So let me stop rambling. I'll see y'all later.